up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m. Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m. Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m.
Island girl with a pretty brown skin. Join me in a midnighting. 3:45 in the morning, me still waiting. Hoping the hotline bling like where you been. Where you been. Mama, yeah. Pick up the gal one time. Real thing love me and not online. I love for me and not contain. All me wants for if you call my name. Way get me now relied. How you say we're all design? Who's to say we're not? That's one in a million. Yeah. Said you need somebody for Oja. Yeah, just stay with me from a distance. Don't be too long, we getting older. We swear we felt intuition. I'm calling. Where you been, my darling? No, I'm falling into the unknown. Yeah.
Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m. Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m. Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m. Call up me line, girl. Hit me on the 3:45 a.m.
Island girl with a pretty brown skin. Join me in a midnighting. 3:45 in the morning, me still waiting. Hoping the hotline bling like where you been. Where you been. Mama, yeah. Mama, yeah. Mama, yeah. Mama, yeah. Mama, yeah.
Ia. Whatalofa tu nei vanga le fiafi. Pa ia mahulungo Samoa e mpapa au sose tawhalalangi. Lo mau mai e nei whasalanga nunga penga tawhailangi. Ia o le tato pol kalame le nei, o le Laulua Fesilafa'i. Ia o le amatalia, ia o topa ia mo to malu Samoa. O le ale o e se o whatawaa. Ia a vene nei amanoa o te o wholofa atu. Whatalofa, ia sumai, afio mai, tala mai o to au. Ia o le a tato amatalia, tato pol kalame. Ai le amataina le tato pol kalame, ia vene amanoa whamaloa tu foi. I le mato au o le Queensland Maroons. Ia so se tangata o langoina ia le tato au. Ia whamaloa tu foi nei o tato tamata alo. I le pō, ia o tuna i atu. Sa tato o tautaua, awa ia le stete o New South Wales. Leo o tato manmalo, ia vi ia le lii. O ia toitua ia le tato talita. Ia i nei Queensland nei. Ai le amataina foi tato po kalame, ia e nei whasalalaunga la iti po pupu, ia ana tato walo atu la ia le po kalame nei a fiafi. O e aon whatalu whatu i nisi foi o tato uso o mapaanga tō tino lo whapena o na whatasi mai le tato atunu pelo Samoa, ia mālo soifua, mālo langi e malo voi le whamalo si neia, so e au mangaluenga, so se tiute sa o tau iai, ia malo lava tau mawhai, malo tau iwi, ia vi ia le li o tatou mawale neia no o tatou wheloa iai, i lunga o penga tawhai langi. Ia, tatou le i se atu tatou pokalame, o tae au o le a whaiele, o le tae au ia le fusuanga tatou taman nei o tasi fo i o alum whanau le tatou atunu, o le fionga ia tupuola se wai, ato plotsiki whaongali, ia o tae au, wha moe moe sa o tofaina, ia awa, ia whaanga tama pe whapenao na ia punou, ma ia tau aveina ai tato fu o Samoa, ia o whaia i le maotale, le gym, number 1 i o i tuana i mato, ia a iai ani si e avanoa, Iai fo nisi e maua se lato taimi tai au, ia awhio atu, masu atu, ia tato lango ina i fusuanga, ia o se tasi fo i o alo Samoa, ia o loo fufusu tai au, ia ma le tama nei o senitoko, mai le nuu o fiti, ia iai lava taitonunga, sili lava ia le sili lava ia le tai lo o le tapuai. Le tapuai inga o Samoa e manuia ai ia whaiva o nai o tato alo, ma nai o tato whanau. O leisi mea haona whai loa atu, o lea wa mata mo nai o tato tangata Citizen New Zealand, o lo whapena ona whaataliina ia se whaamoemoea wā ia pepa nofo mau po le Citizen Australia. Ia o leo wa mata ia workshops o le Department of Home Affairs. Ia o leo wa iei ala ia le workshop patino ai i tangata Samoa. Ona tu langa leo ngangana. Ia o lo taumawhai ia sitasi fo i o li i le fionga ia Sulieni. Ia whaamalama lama. Ia matoe sosoani atu a wā ia whaangai o inga o pepa mo Citizen Australia. Ia o le nei workshop e whailunga le Zoom. O lo wha taunu uina i le aso lua, le vai aso fou. Le aso lua fitu o IUNI. Ia e amata le sfuluma le tasi e whailunga o le Zoom. Iei le taimi, se taimi o tanula ia tu watu lunga i le Facebook po o le Instagram foi. Ia le link, o le Zoom link. Ia tau te mawhai ona access ia a wale workshop nei. Vai aso fou foi, ia a tonu foi e mauai foi e se mālamala maanga a tili mo nei o tatu tangata. Ia o le a o tau mawhai e whaise workshop o le tato porkalame le vai aso fou. Ia e wha mālamala atili ei, ia le wha ngai o inga o pepa a wā ia Citizen Australia. Mo nei o tato tangata o lo Citizen New Zealand. Ia o le wha moe o le tato porkalame le vai aso fou. O le whaatawaina o pepa ma le process ina ia mawhai ona o atu le aso mua iulai. Wa lava tāpena nei o tato tangata, le tato community. Ia wā ia whangai o ina o tato pepa. Yeah, without further ado, it is with my pleasure that I'd like to welcome our special guest on the show. He goes by the name of DC from the island of Papua New Guinea. Now, this one goes out to all of our followers, to you out there, who's obviously listening in from Papua New Guinea or anywhere around the globe where you might get this radio show or this television show. We've got DC here. He's representing all the Melanesians. He is an artist, singer-songwriter, and he also helps produce his own music sometimes. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to DC. How you going, man?
Good, bro. Good.
Yeah?
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah? That's good. I wanted to, obviously, for you listening out there, you might be thinking, who is this DC guy? Who is this new guest that Leoka's got on the show, or Sinau's got on the show? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen and, I guess, watched my initial show, the launch. We had Stanley T. Very close friend of Stanley T's. They work together, they collaborate together, they do a song together, they do songs together, and if you can go onto social media, they also do a lot of things together. So, the focus is not on Stanley T tonight, the focus is on my Melanesian brother here, DC. Tell me, man, tell me a bit about yourself, your background, where you were born, and what you did to come to here.
Obviously, I'm Papua New Guinean. I'm very proud PNG man. I was born in the capital, Port Moresby, but at a young age, moved over to Western Australia. So I did my primary school in Perth and moved to Brisbane for my high school days. But that never stopped us from going back home. We try to go back every second 2 years or something like that. But yeah, started getting into music when I met people like Stanley T and stuff through high school. So bit of a mixed upbringing, but one that's sort of I'm grateful for, because it allows me to look at this world in different lenses. Like I can look at it through a PNG up and coming artist or whatever. I can look at it through that lens, or as a Pacific Islander who's come through the Australian education system in the ranks. So very blessed. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Yeah.
What fascinates me is we all have very similar, you know, you come over from Port Moresby,
Yes.
we come over from New Zealand or whatever country it is, but it's how we do it. It's what we do, you know, it's the journey from here onwards. Very blessed. We have to be very fortunate to obviously live in Australia and be able to come through the system here.
Yes.
Before we move on to a bit more of your background, I think the main question for me right now, man, is Queensland or New South Wales?
New South Wales.
New South Wales.
I
There
say
you
it with
have
my
it.
chest too, New South Wales.
Says it with his chest. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. DC is a New South Wales fan. He must like to lose. Because obviously, you know, we've got our panelists, the guys who are running our panel today, Gareth and Saya, also New South Wales fans.
Yo, that's us.
Manager Ronnie, also a New South Wales fan.
A Blues camp.
And my son Zion, also a New South Wales fan. And I feel like there are only 2 Queensland fans in the building. But hey, we got the job done last night, and that's all that matters. The Shield's staying here in Queensland. So shout out to all of you out there who are watching, who are Queensland fans. Give us a like, give us a heart if you support Queensland. If you support New South Wales, you know, put it in the comments as well. Moving on, what school did you go to, man?
So primary school was a little school called Glencoe Primary in a little town called Mandurah, 1 hour south of Perth. But Brisbane, I went to Pedro College.
Pedro?
Yeah, north side.
And what I know, you know, we move into music now. How are you going with, or how did your parents react to, I guess, you pursuing music? It's you know, obviously you see a lot of artists there who do music.
Yes.
What was it like for you and your experience with your parents? Because it's different in every household.
Yeah. My parents are real traditional islanders. So the only way they know is just go to school, work hard. To give you a bit of a context, my old man's an engineer, so he expected me to be a doctor or somewhere up there. But I mean, it was something new for them.
Yeah.
I think their biggest thing was for me to pursue a career or something that I can take care of myself. Obviously, coming from Papua New Guinea, there's not much money in music back home. So it was just, at the start, it was very concerning for them, just because they were just thinking about my well-being.
Yeah.
But if I had to describe it, for them, it's a big learning curve. They still have to be, like, even for me, it's a learning curve. I'm trying to wrap my head around how the music business works. I'm still very fresh. But from the start, they weren't really with it, but now they're real supportive. And they just, their thing is, as long as I'm taking care of myself, I'm all good to pursue whatever I want to pursue, as long as it falls in line with our morals and our ethics and our cultural beliefs. It's all good. So you won't catch me doing OnlyFans or anything like that. As long as it's nothing to do with that side of entertainment, I'm okay. So yeah.
Nah.
That's how I would put it.
Yeah, as a lot of you may know, parents, old school parents, and some new school parents, this notion of music is new to them. So it's very tough for some parents to accept it. Different households are different, or all households are different. So we live in a generation now where it's all about embracing passion. There's no point, and I know you'll probably agree with me on this, in doing something that you're not passionate about.
Yes, 100%.
Because it can only go so far. Passion
Yes.
gets you the rest of the way home.
Yeah.
And hard work, dedication, all of that. What I wanted to ask is, you're fairly new. Well, I wouldn't say new, but you've got such a big following, man. Does it still surprise you to this day when you go somewhere and you know someone pulls you aside and it's like, hey, you're DC. You know, I remember you said at a concert recently that something like that happened and you were taken back by it. Tell me about it, man. How does that make you feel?
To be honest, it's still very confusing because I don't really think about the whole following and that.
Yeah.
I still consider myself just a regular guy. So obviously being from Pacific Islander family, my family calls me by my real name. So it's not very often that someone calls me DC or anything. So it's when they're all kind of trying to come up and take photos, I'm like, looking back, I'm like, wait, is that me? So definitely as of recent, I've learned to embrace it because at the end of the day, these are people who appreciate my work and what I put out. And that comes from everything I put into a song, that's all me, in terms of the idea of the song and what I want to sing on the track and stuff. So it's, in a way, it's cool, and I actually genuinely really like it now because everything is 100% me. So if someone's coming up and want to take a photo of me, they're a fan of my work, which is they're a fan of my true self. So it's nice. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of music now come out from the Melanesian islands,
Yes.
you know, Meri Lewa, the staple ones, Meri Lewa, Ramakanji. Now, those are the ones that I know, you know, but you've got your new ones, you know, your type of music coming out, other artists just bringing up the Melanesian nations, PNG, Solomon Island, man.
Yes.
How is it like working with Solomon Islands, with other PNG artists? Have you had an experience with them?
Yeah, so it's, if I had to put it in the words, it would be just, it's refreshing. Because it seems like everyone that's coming up with music now has their own flavor. And I think in these later stages of music in Melanesia, I think the artists coming up now have a sense of freedom to express themselves on the track. So what you get from an artist, you won't necessarily find in another Melanesian artist, which is, for me, I just see that as a learning curve. So whatever works for one artist, I know I can learn off him, and then I can go to another artist, I know I'll learn something new off him. So as far as how I view it, that's how I see it from this, from the latest Melanesian music. So yeah.
Yeah. And what shows have you played at? Like, there's you say you're fairly new to the scene, but you've played at shows already. I guess that's a massive experience for you. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's in the last year I've had a big jump. It's special thanks to all the fellas behind the scenes. But yeah, it's crazy. My best experience was performing with Jara Local.
Yeah.
The last time he came to Brisbane, I actually tried to go to his show. But I was underage, so I couldn't get in. So like, to actually perform with him, I'm like, oh, what? This is Jara Local. But that would have been like the biggest. It's crazy because the bouncer there is a Vanuatu fella, which I know him personally, and he was the one who turned me away because he saw me. But I already had a beard, so I was trying to blend in and go in. And now that he's actually seen me on stage with Jara Local, he was like, bro, this is a next level flex. Left him on scene. I messaged him back. But the craziest one would have been in Auckland. That was my first time in New Zealand, especially for music. Just to go out there and experience the Kiwi culture and how Auckland is and the beauty of Auckland in New Zealand. And also to get out there and put myself out there, perform my songs, and for people to basically to listen to my music and to get on stage, that would have been my highlight so far. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're out there and you're listening to this, don't do what DC did and try and sneak into a
no, I don't.
Underage. All right, we obviously don't. He's very young back then.
Yeah.
You know, very. He's a go-getter. You know, wanted to be outside the box and try and get inside the box. He didn't get inside the box. He got kicked out.
Yeah.
But look, we obviously really support you, DC, here at the Pasifika TV and radio. It's all about including everyone. You know. We're massive. I'm a massive believer in different cultures. You learn a little bit from each culture.
Yep.
And I've got a lot of PNG friends, and I've got a lot of respect for the PNG culture as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to one of DC's songs, Chuckle, and then we'll be back and we'll go into more about the music industry and his experience, okay?
Tampa oro, rotogas lewa ya maselo. You broke him lewa time you sell away go. You are the one for me, Baba girl. Sahal ma danger girl. You rest so me ask him like girl. You rest so me ask him like girl. Bokom, sing to them lady. You broke him lewa, darling I leaving me. Say mama chago ya girl, oh chago ya. Don't can't sit down go. Say girl, you blow me. Western girl, amulelewa baby. Missing on sorry lo, you like a das lewa. Oyani you blow me. Sahal my baby girl, broken lewa. Dalina ya hiding me. Say mama chago ya girl, oh chago ya.
There's only 6 weeks till Tonga take on France at the Rugby World Cup.
Maka, what have you done to my house?
Surprise, my man! We gotta show our pride to the world. Can we get some tickets to the game, please?
You really should have lined up yesterday like everyone else.
The City Council is putting together some entertainment for the Rugby World Cup.
There's still a way we can get tickets. We've got a marching band and we could perform at the game.
Ignore my son, he's an idiot.
You guys do know that no one here can play an instrument.
How can it be?
We don't even have any instruments though.
Is this supposed to be a brass band or a plastic band?
This is Tongan ingenuity at its finest. All we need to do is learn one song and march in one straight line. Has the boy ever let you down?
Constantly?
Kia ora, guys. How's the rehearsals going?
Sit on my trumpet! This band sucks.
Well, even if you guys do suck, at least we'll still get to watch the game.
It's not just about getting tickets to the game. It's about the whole world seeing what Tonga can do, man. Look how far we came already.
We will not be embarrassed in front of everyone.
He and his band can make us all proud.
Well done, everyone. Good.
You think you can do better?
Right, thanks, Bonnie.
Welcome back to Laulua Fesilafa'i. As we said earlier, I'm here with my good friend DC, and we've obviously just spoken about a bit of background about what his experience in music has been like. And I going forward on that and touching more on that, I wanted to ask him more industry experience questions. DC, man, what are some of the essential qualities that a good musician should have in your own perspective? Everyone's different.
Yeah. In my own perspective, I would say, well, first of all, like, music is very up and down. So you get your highlights that everyone sees when a song does well, or you gain traction. But then there's a lot of lows too. But for me, personally, it's just you just gotta have the love for music. Because if you have the love, you're doing it because you love it. It's not like you're doing it to chase views or to chase a certain status of fame. So I would say that, yeah, you just have to have the heart for it, because that gets you through all the lows and the tough times. But yeah, personally, I would say it's the heart for the music, yeah.
And going on from passion, man, it's a massive thing in our community that you see it now. You're passionate to a certain level, and then you stop. What takes you from that? There's always like a barrier that we always hit. What's something that you think, a piece of advice from you to break through that barrier to get to, obviously, the goal?
Yeah. For me personally, I think back to why I'm doing it. And I think it's always been a childhood dream of mine to do something in entertainment. And obviously Pacific Islander families were always around music. I'm sure Polynesians are the same as Melanesians. Growing up, you'll always have a guitar or a keyboard around the house. So I just normally, whenever I hit those barriers, I just think to like why I'm doing it. And over the course of time, obviously these reasons will change. But yeah, like when I first started out doing it, I didn't even have a producer, didn't even know how to record, nothing. All I wanted to do was just make music and just play it for the boys. But now as I'm learning about the music industry and the music business side of things, now it went from playing for the boys to, okay, maybe there is a career in this. So now I gotta sort of sit back and sort of reevaluate my reasons behind pursuing music. I'm all about quality of life, so I've always wanted to do what I want to do. So yeah, I just can't see myself doing anything else. The more I get involved in music, the more I see it as like the love just grows, and I just want it to be my career. So now it's gone from playing it for the boys to like, I don't see myself doing anything else. So whenever I hit those barriers, I just think back and just think about the reasons why I'm doing it. Music is not a thing where you're out in the field in the sun doing hard labor. So if you need a break, you can just go watch a movie or something. So I guess I'm lucky. I have cousins, I have friends who are footy players. That's harder. And they, getting cut from certain teams or not making it to a certain league. I think they take it the hardest. I think personally I have it easy with music, so yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Chase your dreams, right? Chase your dreams. If you do hit that roadblock, turn around, reassess, and think about why you started it. It's really important to always be reevaluating and I guess doing a self-assessment of yourself.
Yes, being self-aware.
Yeah, because I remember walking around high school, with a guitar in my hand during lunch breaks. Ask me if I knew how to play a song back then, and I will tell you I had no idea how to play a song. It was just cool at the time. Mom and Dad, if you are watching me, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be a cool guy at school. But kids, if you do have that dream, chase it.
Yeah.
All right, that's DC's advice. That's my advice as well. What are some of the, I guess, the best festivals you've seen? I haven't been lucky enough, or I've never been to a music festival. So what's probably the best music? Describe the best music festival that you've been to.
I'm like you. I've never been to a festival, music festival. The first ever one that I could say I went to was Auckland when I performed. So, yeah, I mean, but in terms of concerts, you have your local ones that happens in PNG and in the villages and stuff. They're just a lot of fun because everyone's just free. They're all just raving in the bushes. So I've been to them, and then I think the biggest, like I can't go past the Jara local one when I finally did go and watch him perform. That was big for me. Only because I looked up to him, still do, and I've only ever gone to Melanesian concerts. So your Shonries and your designs and all of that. But yeah, I wouldn't say I've been to a big festival or a big concert. So, which is it's strange because as an artist I should be going to those events. But yeah, no.
It's niche, man.
You
like your own niche. And touching on Jara Local. Now massive. Now I know he is massive back at home. And he did recently just win an award in New Zealand for something.
Yes.
Can you explain more about that?
Yeah, he took out the International Artist of the Year. So that was big for us as Melanesians. I think from my knowledge, I think that's I don't think any Melanesian artist has gone to those feats. If they have, I do apologize, but yeah, I think it was big. It's big for it's like a little glimmer of hope, as you can call it, because yeah, he's the type of artist that well, in my eyes, is homegrown from Solomon's, and sort of made his way up. And for him reaching those heights, it's refreshing and motivating for sure.
To the world. So to the world, it might, an island might be just a dot on the map, but it's really refreshing to see our Pasifika people coming up. We're making all these accolades now. We're achieving all of these big things. We're known for the rugby. We're known for the sports side of things, but the music is something that I feel personally has been building up. And now's a really good time to be in the music industry because we're just pumping each other up. Solomon Islands, PNG, to be, just to put a bit of perspective around what DC just said. A Melanesian to go through and get the accolade that they've done is like similar to like an Islander going and winning a Grammy Award.
Yeah, you can say that.
It's unheard of, and it's shout out to you, Jara Local, for obviously putting the Melanesians on the map. And to anyone else who thinks that it's impossible, if you're out there and you're from you're Pasifika and you think it's impossible to do, there's a perfect example of someone who obviously homegrown and has reached these accolades. All right, I think we're going to take a break. The next song is probably my favourite song of yours. I played it in the little flyer that I did. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for some more questions. We get to know DC more, okay?
Sweet.
We're here at Laulua Fesilafa'i with DC, Papua New Guinean artist who pretty much works and does his music out of Brisbane. So
Yes.
I've got a few fun questions now. I wanted to, I guess, bring a bit of humour into our show today. So, hey DC, number one thing, man, I get this a lot. So when I say a joke in public and in front of a crowd, no one laughs, man. I get it. It's a tough crowd. You know, they say tough crowd.
Yeah.
But, you know, you tell me, what's something that, what do you do if you see if you're faced with a tough crowd? What do you do to get them pumped up, man?
I don't take myself seriously, so it's whenever I've been very blessed to not face the tough crowd, so I don't know what would happen if I get to that stage, but I just make a fool out of myself. Yeah. And if I'm going to be on stage, it's 100% chance I'm drunk. So, but I'm happy drunk, so you just let loose. One thing I figured is the crowd actually feeds off your energy. Yeah. So if you're stiff and you're shy going up on stage, they can feel that. So that's one of the biggest things that Poetic, when I did a show with him, he was telling me, like, just loosen up. I thought that was going to be a tough crowd because it was all Polynesians, and he's a rapper. Yeah. And then you have someone who has like Afro and island beats like opening up for him. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a tough crowd, but that was sweet. Yeah. The body language. Yeah. I would pick myself up and I would come out with the biggest smile and hope for the best.
To all of yous that I've said my joke in front of and haven't reacted, come on guys, meet me at the same level, all right? I'm just trying to pump up the crowd. I remember I did, I MC'd my grandma's unveiling a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And I said a couple of jokes and no one laughed, man. And I was like, come on guys, this is not happening to me right now. But tell me, bro, like, if you could meet three artists in the whole world, you know, alive or those who have passed on, who would it be and why? Three.
Oh, that's a good one. There's an artist. He's from Zambia. His name is Baska Baska. Now it was completely random how I came across him, but I think he's an old head. So he's older than me and you. I think he's in his 40s or 50s. But I came across one of his songs and I was doing a deep dive, and I just saw all these videos of him and he just had good music, really good music, great stage presence, and I was just like in awe of him. So I think when you ask me that question, it has to be him. And then you have this another African artist called Ruga. Ruga I think he's Nigerian. He's just got it. Like he's what everyone wants to be coming up in this music genre. And then I think the third one is English. He does like drill rap, but he has a really good business mindset and really good at marketing himself. His name's Central C. So if I had to meet three artists, it would be them three. Yeah, nice. For sure.
All right. So I'll shout out to those three artists. I have no idea who they are. That's why he's the artist and I'm not. What's something that gets you up in the morning, man? What makes you inspired and motivated?
Wow. I think I'm just grateful, bro, to be doing music. It's something that I thought it would be out of reach. I just thought I'll just release a few songs here and there. I never thought that I could actually chase a career in music. But now that I actually feel like I can, and it's just there in the road to making it my full-time thing is cleared up now, I think I just wake up and I'm just excited. I'm just excited to just do what I have to do to get where I have to be. So yeah.
And tell me, what's something that this is probably something that you only you know. Yeah. So the question is, tell us something about yourself that people might not know about you or are surprised when they find out.
Oh, bro. I'm scared of dogs, bro.
Yeah. We all are.
Oh, really?
Nah, I love dogs.
Oh, I have a big fear of dogs.
Yeah.
Now I try to play it cool and I just stand there.
Yeah.
But if high school, primary school, I'd be running the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because I got bitten by German Shepherds when I was younger.
Ah.
So every now and then the cousins think they're funny and they'll let through, we'll have a drink up and then they'll close the back gates and they'll let through a few dogs and yeah. And I you know, I never played basketball, but I'm telling you, I can jump a fence when I see a dog. I'm over there in less than 5 seconds. I'm on the other side. And then joke's on me because there'll be a dog in the other yard. So I'm like, oh,
So you're stuck on the fence.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, straight
Well,
up.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our boy DC is scared of dogs.
Yeah.
Well, look, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Falski. This one's for you. And the last question, well, we had a fan question. So what I did throughout the week was I put a post up for some of our listeners and our followers to, if they wanted to ask any questions for DC, to send it through. So Jack Mongatai, a loyal follower of the show, so shout out to you, Jack, if you're watching. And this question, he said, what pushes you to stay consistent even if you don't see results or recognition, even setbacks that you wish to see?
It's a great question. I think I'll bring it back to what I was saying before, bro, the passion. It's just, with me, like specifically myself, if I make a song, to me it's the greatest thing in the world. So it doesn't really bother me if I don't get listeners on it or not. So I think that's the biggest thing is, just having, like I don't know how to put it, like it's, when you're doing something you love, like you don't really have a bad day. I mean, obviously you're down, you get down and stuff like that, but that's what keeps me pushing. Because I just want to make a new song and just keep on doing it. I think the day that I stop getting excited over making a song, I think that's when I'll start to question if music is for me or not. But for now, I'm happy doing that. So yeah.
It's more like pride in what you do, being proud of the music that you're putting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. There you have, Jack. There you have it. I'm freshing out on the radio tonight, but please excuse my broken English. All right, guys, we're going to go to a quick song, another song of DC's. It's called Formula. Now, we'll go to that song when we do come back. We've got a special announcement, our final question for our special guest, and we've got a special announcement for you all. So tune in, and we'll see you very soon.
Pull up,
into the last segment of our show tonight. Laulua Fesilafa'i. I'm here with my boy DC. And I've got one last question for him before we go to our special announcement. My last question. Now, you can ask this one to your friends, see what their answer is. But my last question for you, DC, is if you were going to live on a desert island but could only take one thing with you, one thing, what would it be?
On a desert island.
On a desert island.
Fishing stream.
Fishing stream.
Like the, I don't know what you guys call it. I don't even know what they call it in Australia, but
like a nylon string thing, like the fishing reels.
Yeah, fishing reels. Yeah, I'll take that.
What's that?
Cause I can pull fish.
In the desert.
Oh, you mean
in the desert? In the desert.
Oh, in the desert. Oh, I thought you said desert island. In a desert.
Oh, desert island. Oh, I should have rephrased my question. Desert island, yeah. Desert island, yeah. Fishing string, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Fishing. Yeah, fishing gear. Yeah.
I would have went with the basic water.
Oh,
Can't go past a good bottle of H2O, something I need, but I choose to go with the Coca-Cola. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to our special announcement now. WT Compensation Lawyers have proudly sponsored the show. And they have sponsored, we've got a new challenge for you, okay? Now, what we're doing is we're doing a giveaway. Now, we're doing a giveaway. You have to do 3 things. Number 1, you have to log on and you have to go to Instagram. If you go to Instagram, you type in WT_Law_Sinau, SINAU, click the follow. Then you go to DC's Instagram. So his Instagram is DC_CJT. So DC_CJT. You follow him. Now I'll be touching base with him throughout the week. This will be given out next week, Thursday. Okay. Now it's called a mystery box because you don't know what you're going to get. But I'll tell you now, it's something that will be good. They're good prizes, all right? So number 1, you go onto my Instagram, you go WT_Law_Sinau, SINAU. Go onto DC_CJT, and you follow both of those pages. Hop over to Facebook, follow Pasifika TV and Radio, follow WT Compensation Lawyers, and then you have to, I am going to put up a post after the show, and you have to put down like and comment, and put down the magic word or the secret word. The secret word is given by our special guest. So DC,
yes.
What's our secret word?
Dog.
Dog. There you go. Our secret word is dog. So, I'll reiterate this for you. Number 1, go onto Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, then let us know. But you go onto Instagram, WT_Law_Sinau, follow DC_CJT, follow Facebook, Pasifika TV and Radio, follow WT Compensation Lawyers, follow, and then go into my page or go into DC's page and put in, comment on the post and put in the magic word or the secret word, which this week is dog, okay? So if you haven't already done so, I'd start doing it now. You don't know what's going to be in that mystery box. Could be 2 tickets to the movies. It could be, a brand new Tesla. Who knows? It could be, it's not going to be a Tesla. But, the prizes will be good, and then this is to get some engagement. It's to help, this is helping not only DC, but also WT Compensation Lawyers, Laulua Fesilafa'i, Pasifika TV. Because all of this wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for, well, number one, Pasifika TV and radio. Shout out to the team here. Shout out to, obviously, our guys who are working on the panel in the back here. You don't see, but there is a lot of work that goes on in the background, and all of our support crew that come and help us out every week. And yeah, before we do go, we've explained the mystery box challenge. Hand it over to you, man. If you have any shout outs you want to make, go ahead, man. Family, friends.
Yeah, firstly, just thank you for Pasifika TV and radio for having me on. And yeah, just a big shout out to my team, all behind the music and what I do. They know who they are. And also to WT Composition Lawyers, I think it's a great initiative. So if you ever have an accident at work or anywhere, and you need some legal help or advice, I think it's great. It's a law firm by Pasifika for Pasifika people. So, yeah.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the obviously shouting out. Shout out to obviously again Ato. We wish you the best of luck tomorrow. We know you've got a big task ahead of you going up against Senitoko. Best of luck to the both of you. Hopefully you don't come away with any serious injuries as you go head to head with one of the Fijian brothers there. Also shout out to just a reminder to our Samoan community. If you don't already know, if you're a New Zealand citizen and you are looking to apply for the Australian citizenship come July 1st, there is a workshop next week, Tuesday the 27th of June, starting at 11 a.m. I'll put up the link for you to join the Zoom, and if you have any questions, it will be run by Sulieni, so if you have any questions, that is the time for you to give those questions out. This is a great initiative by the Australian government. Hopefully we can get it to more island nations out there, but in saying that, it is a step in the right direction. But without further ado, that's it for tonight. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you to you for tuning in tonight. We're going to take you out with one of DC's other songs. Tonight's all been about DC. So all the best. We wish you the best of luck. Have a great weekend. And from us here at Pasifika TV and Radio, sayonara.
Big sound. Where's the bandit tune? Tapping to the bandit.
Hey, I'm doing it. Blaze up the track, man. Semana Gaza.
Banana Buddha.
Camus boy up in the mic, yeah.
Big link up.
Baby, I wanna do ya real good. Baby, I wanna put you in me hole. And me can't deal, no, eh. The way you do that to the wine pan me. And me can't deal, no. The way you do that to the wine pan me. And now you run away, you leave me solo, eh. Bag a rap long here, girl, me da rangalo de. Mash up on me man, girl, you run into me brain. Me can't deal, no, me can't deal, no, say. Ule. Me wanna go in my head. Me wanna go in my head with you. But girl, you be liar. Girl, you be liar, no me. Say you hurting me. Time you leaving me. Now me sorry, now me worry. Yeah, me worry, lo you. Pureka mix balwan. La reporo mi si wara. Se poro mi si wara nati.
She make me bump all the way. Every man who step with me like a woman. You know me real, a woman I come clean. Original boy, they one brag on my PNG. Say man, I'm gonna come to play around. Wizzy dropping the beat, make every girl gang shake. Me like him blood dancer. DCT to me, so we bring up the flavor.
Me wanna go in my head. Me wanna go in my head with you. But girl, you be liar. Girl, you be liar, no me. Say you hurting me. Time you leaving me. Now me sorry, now me worry. Yeah, me worry, lo you. Pureka mix balwan. La reporo mi si wara. Se poro mi si wara nothing.